What's going on, bosses? My name is Kat.
And I'm Josiah.
And this is
Boss Up With Us. The channel that's all about personal development, finance, and entrepreneurship for individuals, groups, and of course, couples like ourselves. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about relationship roles. Now, in particular, we're going to be talking about relationship roles from a Boss Up With Us perspective. Because, obviously, we're all bosses here. We're all trying to take control of our lives. And so, this topic can go one of many different ways, depending on the people that you ask, depending on who you talk to about it. But, we want to talk about relationship roles from a boss perspective.
So before we jump into all of that, we want to do our midweek wrap up as always. And this week we were able to first and foremost go through a list of inventory of some items that we got for our e-commerce business. We have about 3 or 4 cases that came in that we were able to sort through and go ahead and start listing on our site. So we're really excited about that, and we hope to make a lot of money off of that as well.
In addition to that, it was just another busy week running around. I'm looking at adding a couple more vending machines to my vending machine business route. In addition to that, we've been getting ready for our party, our first party back since coronavirus actually came and hit us. So we're getting ready to throw our first party since that. And we're
your party though with your...
Yeah, with my party promoting business. She's not a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having that party, and in addition to that, we just released tickets for our next one as well. So, we're looking to have a really successful event, both for this one and for the next one. In addition to that, as we told you guys before on the last episode, we were going to be rolling out pictures from our most recent photo shoot. So make sure that you guys are following us on Instagram, on Twitter, and you are liking our page on Facebook, as well as subscribing to our channel right here on YouTube, and turning your notifications on so that you are notified every single Wednesday when we release a new episode of our midweek motivation series. Now, across those other platforms, we're going to be releasing more and more content pertaining to personal development, finance, entrepreneurship, including some exclusive content, the things that you guys may not be able to see here on YouTube, like those pictures that we just took, or, it's just going to be a lot of different things that we're going to be showing you guys.
Activities. Sometimes when we go and do like a run, when we go through an inventory list like we did today, we might snap a video of that. So just little day-to-day things you would see like on Instagram, or like you would hear about on Twitter.
Yeah. That pretty much wraps up the midweek wrap up. We don't want to spend too much time on that. Like we said, we have a topic that can be very intriguing to talk about, depending on who it is that you speak to. Now, typically when we hear the topic of relationship roles, we immediately think of like gender roles. We're thinking, hey, the girlfriend does this, the boyfriend does that, or the man does this, or the woman does that.
The husband does this, the wife does that.
Exactly. But as we said, this is Boss Up With Us. We are bosses here. We are taking control of our lives. We are entrepreneurs. We are people that are just about our business. So we're not here to sit down and talk about, the woman needs to do that, or the man needs to do that, or the girlfriend needs to do this and the boyfriend needs to do that. Instead, we're going to speak to you from our perspective, in which we like to say that within these relationships, within a traditional 2-person relationship, I feel like it's important to specify that within a traditional 2-person relationship, there are multiple roles that different people play. Sometimes there's roles that the man will play in one relationship, but in other relationships, the woman might play that role. And so we like to break it down in kind of like business terms, right? We're going to talk about relationship roles in 3 different aspects, right? So we have the CEO of a relationship, we have the COO of a relationship, and we have the CFO of a relationship. And so we're going to get into that right now. Basically, first and foremost, the CEO, I think we're all pretty much familiar with that term. That means the chief executive officer, typically in a business, in a company, in a corporation, whatever it may be, right?
The head boss in charge.
Yeah, the big boss. That's the person that's calling all the shots. But because when you're in a relationship with somebody, when you're in that traditional two-person relationship with someone, you guys are co-CEOs. You are the co-founders. Kat and I are the co-founders and the co-CEOs, the co-chief executive officers of our relationship. The things that you do as a CEO typically are, as we said, you're the big boss in charge. You're calling the shots. So this is stuff like, in terms of relationship, you'd probably say that, okay, as co-CEOs, we make the decision to get married. As co-CEOs, we make the decision to have children. As co-CEOs, we'd make the decision to move into that. Yeah, exactly. Move into that home, into that house, that apartment, whatever it is. You know, we're talking about the real big decisions that are being made. All right, so that pretty much covers CEO. Remember, as co-CEOs within a relationship, co-founders, co-bosses, Kat and I, within our relationship, if there's any major moves that are being made, then of course we have to come to some type of agreement. All right, so next up, we'd like to get into COO. Now, COO, a lot of people or the average person might not know what a COO is. Do you know what a COO is?
It's the operative.
Close.
Something like that.
The COO of a relationship is the chief operating officer.
See,
right?
I was close enough. That's what I was thinking.
Close enough, I guess. So basically, when you are in charge of operations within a business, you're making sure that things are flowing and things are going accordingly. You're just in charge of operations. That's day-to-day operations. So when you translate COO into a relationship, we're basically talking about the person that's like organizing, the person that's maybe putting together those family trips or those couples trips or those outings with some of your friends and stuff like that. You know, you're probably the person that's a little more prompt and a little more tidy and a little more, you know, just a little more on it than the other person within a relationship, right? Now, in our relationship, I would say the COO is definitely Kat. She thinks that I'm late with everything. I take my time. You know,
but all the stuff that you listed is what I do. I'm the one when we go on trips.
Absolutely.
I plan out everything from hotels to plane tickets to everything. I'm super organized.
Yeah, if it's time to take a trip, even if it's time to go out on a date, I'm like, yo, please.
And he trusts me to do all of that.
I'm like, please, just take over, do what
and
you gotta do, just organize
where.
everything. Yeah, just tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to deal with all of that stuff. You just handle all of that. So you handle the operations, babe. I'm gonna handle some other stuff.
Right.
You could take care of those things. So the chief operations officer within a relationship is very important. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but the reason we're focusing on the COO, the CFO, and the CEO is because these typically are the three most important positions within a business. There's a lot of different other chiefs that we could get into. I can give you the CMO, the CIO, all types of different things.
I
But
think everybody knows those.
yeah, that's getting real technical with it. But when we're talking about a business, and then you directly translate those roles within a relationship, then these three are probably the three most important, I would say, definitely. So yeah, the COO is very important within a relationship. You know, this could be the man, this could be the woman. Like I said, it just comes down to pretty much whoever's the most organized, whoever's just on it, just prompt with their time. They just know how to put things together.
It's definitely me.
Yeah, that's definitely Kat.
And I feel comfortable doing it, so there's no complaining on my end. Because I've been like that from the very beginning. When we were dating, I was the one that was like, oh, let's go here, let's go there. And he's like, okay, just tell me the time and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. You know, I'm organized, but it just so happens I came across a girl, a woman that's at least equally as organized as I am. She's probably more organized than I am. So, you know, that's considered a plus. That's considered a bonus. If you have somebody in your relationship that's able to do that, then
who can meet you, if not really, like you said, if not more than, which is great.
All right, so lastly, we have the CFO. Now, CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer. Chief Financial Officer obviously is big here because we are big on finance and entrepreneurship on this channel. As part of this brand and this platform, we're all about talking about financial literacy and these types of different things. So Chief Financial Officer is very, very important. obviously this is going to be the person that is probably on top of the budgeting for the couples. This person is probably the one that's a little hesitant to spend
money. And that is definitely Josiah.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm hands down the chief financial officer in this relationship. Kat loves to go out, she loves to travel. I'm probably the one that's more likely to be like, yo, chill.
He's always like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to spend that money like that. That's what he says all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, for what? Like, for what? We can go and invest that. I don't want to go out today. I want to put some money into this business.
Mind you, I'm not bad, like, spending money like crazy.
She's not horrible, but
he definitely is like,
she's like most of us in our 20s. She likes to hang out and go outside and have a good time, and have a little drink, have a little fun. It's funny that I'm saying this because I'm the one with the party promoting business, but
that's true.
She's definitely more so trying to do those things, and I'm more so trying to say like, yo, let's just get this money. One thing that I think is very important to mention here with chief financial officer, you would probably automatically assume like, yo, the chief financial officer in a relationship is probably the person that's making the most money, right? This is the person that's bringing home the bread. But ask around and you just do a quick survey of the people around you or the people that you know, right? You will probably hear at least one person say, yeah, I'm making this money, but my girl, she handles the finances, right?
You hear that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, the person that makes the most money, they're not always the most financially literate. Oftentimes, in fact, people that make a lot of money are not financially literate. For that reason, people have financial advisors. There's people that go and have financial consultants, people that they sit down with and
tell them how to spend their money.
Yeah, they have somebody on the other side of the desk saying, put your money into this or put your money into that. So, just be mindful of that. The person that is the most financially literate understands how money moves and how to maybe organize funds, because we talk about organizing within like day-to-day life, but we don't really talk about organizing your finances on the day-to-day. And organizing your finances on the day-to-day could be saying, hey, we have this much money for groceries this month. We have this much money for leisure activities this month. We have this much money to pay our bills. If you're a hardworking person and you don't really get a chance to sit down and organize your money, then, perhaps, your partner is able to take those, take those paychecks and, do the right thing with it. Make it stretch as much as possible. Just make sure that you're able to sustain, not just sustain, but be able to, live a certain quality of life within your relationship. This could be the man, this could be the woman. Obviously, I'm the male in this relationship. I'm the CFO of this relationship. I don't think we're gonna debate that here.
No, we're not.
And the thing too with having these three different positions within your relationship is that when you have a business and as your business continues to grow, you notice more and more that it's important to outsource and build a team so that you have, efficiency, you have ultimate efficiency. When one person is able to focus on one thing and the other person is able to focus on another, then, that allows the person at the top to be able to say, hey, I have people that I can rely on. I know that we're going to hit our goals. So same thing applies within a relationship. When you want your relationship to be successful, you have one person that's maintaining the day-to-day and you have the other person that's taking care of the finances. But of course, you come together as the CEOs and as the co-founders of your relationship, and you make sure that things are being taken care of. Well, you make sure that those big decisions
are being taken care of. But you can rely on each other to get those smaller things like the CFO and the COO done.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. We could easily talk about some other different things in terms of relationship roles. Maybe we will down the line if you guys enjoyed this topic. If you guys want to hear us talk about relationship roles and, an aspect, with more context, then, let us know. Leave some comments below. Leave some likes. Make sure that you guys follow us across all social media platforms. Again, we're on Facebook. Like our page, Boss Up With Us. Follow us on Instagram at Boss Up With Us. Follow us on Twitter at Boss Up With Us. And reach out to us. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know if you're enjoying the content. Let us know if you're not enjoying the content. I would love to hear
suggestions. Yeah, leave suggestions in the comments of some things you would like to hear us talk about.
I'm open to the criticism, and you know, it allows us to improve. I think we told you guys before, this is you know, our first time sitting in front of a camera and, you know, just having these transparent conversations about the things that we talk about here. This is actually probably really like our first time really talking about these finance and these business and these even the personal development aspect, just coming out and talking about these things. So
yeah, it's
you know,
true.
we're not
stuff that we've a lot of reading.
Yeah, a lot of
discussions that we've just had between us two. Like,
a lot of experience.
Late at night in the bed, just talking about it. So this is the first time that we're actually on a platform and we're sharing our thoughts and our opinions with other people.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear feedback. Like you said, even if it's negative feedback, it's gonna just help improve us and what we're doing. Don't go crazy though. Like, oh, her head big. Like, oh, she got some big ears like Dumbo. I know that.
yeah.
Like, you know, like quality feedback, quality
constructive feedback.
Yeah, constructive criticism.
Yeah. So let us know. You know, we would love to interact with you guys. So, you know, just hit us up, man. But that's about it. Until next week, as Kat likes to say,
keep growing, keep glowing, and keep bossing up. We'll see you next week.
Boss up.